The reason why I believe that skills-based learning is very important is because the way I grew up, I've always learned things in a visual sort of way. Traditional learning never works for me. And so as part of me doing my skills-based training, I would do on-the-job training. So I would spend many times where in the beginning of my career, I worked as a customer service rep. I learned databases. I learned SQL. I learned project management. I learned communication skills. And all of these things I learned that I would on the job. Even though I went to school for a degree in English, I found that those things helped me to communicate in order to learn different languages like Python, SQL, and so forth. Unfortunately, I spent many times where I was the only woman and the only black at the table, and I wanted to make sure that didn't happen in the next generation that came after me. The traditional education system did not work for me, and the traditional education system did not accommodate me. And so I'm really excited about something that accommodates someone who doesn't learn by opening up a book and just reading it and then learning concepts and then learning the way that I do, which is hands-on practical learning and taking practical concepts and building a foundation around that. This is coming from someone who started off at the help desk, and now I work as a technical project manager for hospitals across the United States. And, I started at $10 an hour, and now I'm well at over 6 figures, and I only have a high school degree. But I work with people who have masters in computer sciences, and we all do the same job, and we all do it well.
Good morning. Chairman Rodriguez and committee members, thank you for this opportunity this morning. My name is Ann Vanderweel. I'm Director of Policy at New Moms. New Moms is a nonprofit organization located in the Austin neighborhood that partners with young moms as they pursue economic mobility, housing stability, and family well-being. New Moms endeavors to create pathways to opportunity for young moms up to age 24. We believe in their grit, potential, and tenacity to secure brighter futures for themselves and their children. New Mom supports Alderman Villegas' ordinance allowing relevant work experience to be considered equivalent to a college degree to increase eligibility opportunities for city employment for workers skilled through alternative routes who do not have bachelor's degrees unless the skills required can only be obtained through a degree. The young moms in our job training program are among the nearly half of Chicagoans without a college degree. Removing degree requirements would greatly benefit them by increasing their access to high-wage jobs when they are prepared to take the next step in their career pathway. Wherever possible, both our internal practices and our external advocacy, we believe in skills-based hiring. We commend the committee for considering Alderman Villegas' proposal and encourage a yes vote in support of all those with bold dreams and the right skill set.
My name is Cheryl Holman. I'm the CEO of Community Assistance Programs. We run workforce development programs from age 18 to 65. It's important that we make sure that we count those that have aged. And if they have aged and retired, they should also be considered because they have a wealth of knowledge. We are not looking at the wealth of knowledge of the people that are in this city. If half of the city does not have a degree, but they are qualified for jobs, then we are doing a systemic exclusion of a large population of people that we could use in our jobs. We have so many clients who are not interested in going to college, but are brilliant in working with all of the computer sciences and writing code and all of those things, and they are not considered if they don't have a degree. And a lot of degrees do not keep up with the population. When you put up that sign that you must have a degree, then you're losing a lot of, they don't even consider it, they move on. So we don't want to set up everyone for failure because they don't have a degree, because you're also excluding the populations that don't have the funds to go to college. College has gotten so expensive, so there again, you are systemically excluding a population. You have to move with the times to make sure that we are not exclusive, but inclusive. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Janet Perez Sanchez. Since I was 9, I've been passionate about architecture, construction, and engineering, but even from a young age, I was told pursuing that dream, or any career for that matter, required one thing, a very expensive college degree. To start saving up, I joined the workforce in high school through a youth employment program in Little Village that taught me communication skills, teamwork building, problem solving. College was an option for me, and I was accepted for engineering. But when my family needed support, I chose them. Instead of going to college, I joined the Air Force and served as a public health technician, gaining leadership, adaptability, emotional intelligence, skills that stuck with me far beyond my military years. I've always learned best by doing, and after 5 years, I was ready to pursue my dream. But most job listings required a degree or field experience I didn't yet have. Still, I kept applying, hoping a recruiter would overlook my lack of a degree and see my willingness to learn instead. I found an apprenticeship where they didn't overlook the lack of a degree, but rather acknowledged the bigger value in passion, drive, and determination. I spent 2 years learning there on real-world projects, gaining both technical and professional skills. Later, when I pivoted into construction, I hit the same degree barrier until another recruiter saw my potential, and even though they didn't hire me due to that requirement, they passed my resume to Revolution Workshop's Professional Pathways Program, a nonprofit that helped me deepen my knowledge of the field and sharpen my skills with any background or experience in construction. Today, I am a senior project engineer in construction, promoted in under a year with no bachelor's degree. What got me here is faith, dedication, persistence, adaptability, over 10 years of real-world experience, and people who recognize that intelligence, capability, and tenacity don't only come with a degree. I'm here to ask you to support this ordinance for a skill-based workforce because there are so many people out there with talent, experience, and grit who didn't take the traditional college route. They deserve a fair shot at city employment and beyond.